you brought up something on Twitter the other day when it came to centers in the NBA, and I'm going to let Eric read the first part of this tweet because I can't see it from here.
Yeah, I got you. The text is a little small, but he says, the funny part about Jokic being listed in a second tier is that Ewing, Walton, Thurmond, Mourning, and Gilmore would physically take his post up away and turn him into an average scorer. This is a quote tweet for the GOAT Centers tier list, which Jokic, Moses Malone, David Robinson, and George Mikan are in tier 2, above the players that EJ listed.
In tier 2, right? So
In
they're
tier
above
2.
the players, as he said. As I'm repeating what he said. Come on, man. Like, again.
Wait. Name off tier 1 again.
All right, I'll give you the full tier here. So tier 1 is Wilt, Kareem, Russell, Hakeem, and Shaq.
No issue.
Tier 2, Moses Malone, Jokic, David Robinson, George Mikan. Tier 3, Willis Reed, Patrick Ewing, Bill Walton. Tier 4, Nate Thurmond, Dave Cowens, Alonzo Mourning, and Artis Gilmore.
Okay. If we're talking about strictly a physical standpoint, I agree. I agree with tier 1. Outside of maybe Olajuwon, because I didn't feel like he was a physically imposing player, but he had technique out the wazoo and was probably one of the most fundamentally sound and technical players of all time from the center position. I will say that. And he was athletic, don't get me wrong, but I don't feel like physically he would have dominated Jokic. Now, Shaq, Wilt Chamberlain.
You don't think Olajuwon would have?
I don't think he would have. No. Olajuwon struggled with Shaq physically. That's why he didn't try to body him up a lot. He just outworked him. Am I wrong on that?
Shaq might be the strongest dude on the face of the earth.
I mean, true.
Okay, he's Hercules.
True.
Okay.
Do you really?
Shaq might be physically the most dominant.
Do you realize?
In my opinion, the most dominant basketball player in NBA history in regards to his strength. So nobody was going to move him.
Do you
but
realize?
Let's go to the second tier of them. Like, go ahead.
What I'm saying is are you talking this list? Is this greatest centers or is this just strength?
No, basically what he is saying. No. What I'm saying, this is where I was really approaching this. I mean, Jokic fans can't stand me, even though I think Jokic is an unbelievable basketball player. But it goes back to this whole thing of if you say that Kobe's not top 10 all time, it's an insult. But he's not in my top 10. But it's not an insult. Damn, if he's 11, that's 11. That's, whoa. Mm-hmm. It's an insult, right? If Michael Jordan is not the number 1, it's an insult.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. So it's really nothing you can say about these guys that people are not going to like if they're not at the level that they believe. You don't put them at the level that they believe they should be. All right, so I just want to get that out of the way because I do happen to enjoy the way Nikola Jokic plays the game. I love his demeanor. I think he's an unbelievable basketball player. But the game of basketball today is totally different than the game used to be. When you guard guys in the post, you can't put 2 hands in their back. Back in the day, you could. Okay, so you can be more physical. But, in today's game, you can't. You can't dislodge guys off the post now in today's game. Back in the old game, you could. So my point is, when you start listing him above those guys, and they're so funny with this, right? Because on the other hand, they'll go at LeBron and say, well, he's scoring all them points now because the game's different. But when it comes to Jokic or their guy, then they're not going to make that same excuse, right? He would have had a hard time. Okay. Dwight Howard locked his ass up in the bubble. Locked him up. Couldn't move him. Dwight did not allow him to push him back and took his game away. But you know what they're going to say? Oh, he was younger then. He was in the bubble. Man, it's basketball. It's between the lines. If it's a piece of steak on the floor, if you're in an alley, if you're in a basement, if you're in a penthouse, if that's the only damn piece of steak, you're going to go after that steak like you want to eat it. If you got to contend with me and Saul going for it, I'm going to kick Saul's butt and take the steak. Okay? So I don't want to hear that. Ewing would have been a terror for him. He would have made him go outside. That's all I'm saying. That's all I was saying in the tweet. Like, he wouldn't have been able to do all the things that he is comfortable doing in today's game if Ewing was guarding him. If Mourning was guarding him. Mourning would block shots in the post. He was one of the best at doing that. Like, you was not going to move those guys backwards. You weren't going to get that separation like with ease that he does right now and be able to get his shot off. It would not. So what I'm saying to you is, if Mourning played in today's game, he would be a terror. If Ewing played in today's game, he would be a terror. The only person right now that's playing in the NBA today, that rivals or simulates what those guys were is who?
Don't even say it.
Is who?
LeBron?
No.
Oh, who?
Embiid. Embiid is the only center. Oh, Embiid is an old school type center. He can go in the post. He can beat you up. He's great at the rim defensively. Okay? Yes, he is. And you know what?
Oh, my God.
The last 2 times, all I know is he scored 48 points.
Good for him.
84 points.
Good for him.
Forget about the winning part. We don't want to hear about that.
I don't care about the winning.
Okay? What I'm saying to you is Embiid, historically, mano is like 8-2 against Jokic. He's out categorizing him across the line. Totally dominated him statistically.
If we're talking Embiid versus Jokic, okay, whatever. I don't really care about that.
What I'm saying is
if we're talking about Embiid versus the old school in terms of physicality, hell no.
Look.
Hey, listen, Embiid flops more than any center in the history of the game.
What does that got to do with anything?
Because he can't handle the heat.
Oh, no.
Come on, man.
Look, this is a floppers league. What do you mean? Everybody flops.
You think he's going to flop in the 90s?
No, he wouldn't.
He would adjust, right? And so would Jokic.
But my point is, he's got athleticism. That's my point. Like, but Jokic can't jump over a nickel.
So?
He's Bill Laimbeer.
Neither could Larry Bird.
He would be relegated to Bill Laimbeer.
Oh, no. Don't you even. Oh, did you just say? Oh, my God. Eddie.
Offensively.
Did you eat an OG's before you came?
Offensively.
Bill Laimbeer.
Listen.
Bill Laimbeer. You just took Jokic to Bill Laimbeer?
Maybe a step above Laimbeer.
Oh my God.
But my point is this. He would struggle. It wouldn't be as easy for him to get his attempts over the top of him. That's all I'm saying to you when I say that.
Okay.
I'm saying it would not be easy for him. And it would relegate him to what? Having to go out on the perimeter and play more. That's what the tweet was about. So it's like, don't put him above these guys that's listed below, because if those guys played in today's game, with Alonzo Mourning, with his offensive ability in today's game, he could shoot the jumper.
Sure.
Okay, and he had a tremendous post-up game.
I don't know.
How can you put Jokic above? And he's one of the greatest defenders ever. Mm-hmm. So if he played in today's game, Alonzo Mourning was ridiculous, right? So that was my point. Patrick Ewing would be ultra dominant. That's the point. So like, how can you list him and he's still playing and he's still young over those guys based on what? What you're seeing now in today's game when a triple-double is easy as heck? It's easy. But how's that triple-double against Embiid the other day? How many assists did he have?
Okay.
How many? I'm just curious. How many assists?
I didn't see. I don't know.
3.
Okay.
3. How many Embiid had?
What do you at?
10.
There you go. I didn't see the game, so I have no idea.
Exactly. So that's my point. Like, okay, he won a title, people. We know it. Denver had a hell of a team. But he didn't win the title when Jamal Murray was hurt. Did he? Did he win the title when
I'm sorry, Denver.
I'm just making a point.
I know.
Did he win the title?
But what I want to say is,
Michael Porter Jr., did he win it?
No, he did not. None of them won it without Jamal Murray. Yes,
they have a very good team.
But they also would not have won it without,
of course,
Jokic.
Jokic, in my estimation, took the best player in the league last year. Hold it. That's what I'm saying. But see, when I criticize the issue, people jump me. No. Jokic last year, best player in the league. I said that.
But that's not the point, though. You're talking about physicality, okay?
No,
what I want to say, real quick, you just had 10
but it's
minutes.
not just physicality,
just listen, okay?
though, man. It's an ability to defend.
I think that Jokic would adjust. If he was in the 90s against these dudes, I think he would adjust just fine. And also, Jokic is no lightweight. What's his weight?
300 pounds.
300 pounds. He's not some skinny, scrawny dude getting beasted. Like, he would adjust. He's just as strong as anybody else in the league.
I didn't say he wasn't
And I think versatility-wise, he would be just as good back then because he would adjust. He would know he can't get away with X, Y, and Z, so he would adjust his game.
I am not, as I'm looking for something here because I like to.
All right. I'm just saying, like,
listen,
to say Jokic is like Bill
Jokic
Laimbeer.
is strong as an ox. He's strong as an ox.
He is.
But once you get to position, you got to get it over the top of him. That's what I'm saying. And so we don't have centers like Embiid, past Embiid in the league. Like, the one thing with Jokic is about 6'11", so he's not like a little dude.
Sure.
But he's not going to be elevating with ease over those guys. So it goes down to the point, how is he listed above them with ease? Like, statistically he is. Yeah, you can look at his numbers, but people say in today's game, the numbers are skewed, right? Easy to get a triple-double, right? They were saying that with Westbrook, right? To put Westbrook a step down, look how easy it is for him to get his triple-doubles, right? So there you go.
Real quick, your New Orleans hated brother is wanting to pipe in on this for the first time, folks. Espo is joining the squad. What do you got, Espo?
Can we just rename this show "Old Men Yelling at Clouds"?
Is that what you had to offer? That's what you wanted to put in?
I walk in and I just hear.
I thought you had something intelligent basketball-wise to put into this.
Have I ever had anything intelligent
basketball-wise? That is the wrong thing to say when I'm getting ads for Medicare because I'm turning 65. So you can just take them headphones off and go on about your business.
Good luck with Medicare, EJ.
All right. Well, that was 15 seconds of our lives we won't get back.
I did think you were going to come in with some sort of nuanced take.
Eric, you don't give the mic over until you find out what they want to say first.
He's never walked over here and ever done anything like that before, and I figured it was going to be something monumental and game-changing.
No, it definitely was the opposite
well, I'm
of
gonna
that.
tell you, Nugget fans going to see this thing, man. They're going to go crazy. But, people understand.
I'm going to make sure they do.
I think Jokic is an unbelievable basketball player. This has nothing to do with his ability to play. It has a lot to do with your overexuberance of trying to lift him as one of the top greatest centers of all time. And this is a different way to play the game. And he can get away with a lot of stuff now because of it. He doesn't have a big-time center he's facing every night. Like, back in that time, every night, it was mano-mano.
Mm-hmm.
It was big centers going against big centers. It's not the case anymore today. And even yet, analytic people messing it up because those two guys didn't even guard each other, which is a joke. And I don't think they are shying away from each other. I don't think Jokic scared of anybody.
No.
That dude will hurt you.
Yeah, he will.
No, he ain't scared of anybody.
He would fight Charles Oakley.
And Embiid's not scared of anybody.
I firmly believe that.
So it's not even about they're scared of each other. It's the analytic mindset won't allow them to play against each other. But let's just face it. Jokic won a title, so he's going to hold that mantle until Embiid can get one. But best player in the game right now is Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid, best player in the game. He's best scorer in the game. Do you disagree with that?
Yeah. Yeah.
On which one?
I just think
not best scorer in the game.
No, I think Jokic is the best all-around player in the game.
All around?
Yeah.
All around?
All around.
That's just like saying you go get me a hamburger and some fries and you don't get me no damn ketchup. Really?
Why is that? Why?
Why is that?
Why?
Because he can't defend nobody.
Oh, my God. Okay.
He can't.
All right. Oh, yeah, okay. Best all-around offensive player.
Now, he works hard defensively.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying he doesn't work hard defensively. He does. And he pays attention to detail.
I think
Right.
that's how good his offensive side is.
But my point is, he's not guarding nobody mano. He can't guard Embiid.
Sure.
Embiid can guard him. He can't guard Embiid.
Okay.
Do you agree with that?
I would agree with that.